All right, all right, all right. I'm not hearing myself. Now I'm hearing myself. There we go. Okay. I wasn't planning on doing a midnight stream. If I was, I would have planned it better. But I got like a few hours ago. My girlfriend, like when I say a few hours ago, I mean an entire day ago. This morning, my girlfriend comes home from work after only having been there an hour and goes, "Oh, I'm gonna work night tonight." Okay then. And then I just ignored it for the entire day until like half an hour ago, and I decided, you know what, I will be streaming. I will be streaming. It is my God-given right to stream, and I am gonna stream midnight streams. Because I can. Because I can. It's always only because I can. Because I got high. Because I got high. I was gonna boop boop boop. I don't wanna get a strike. Oh, whoa. Before I do anything else, I watched this video by Adam something. It's an interesting video.
So what's so good?
It's a very interesting video where I think it was the Germans. There's a line, a train line, where part of the line is you have to do a hike, which is so weird. I think it's the Germans who haven't built the haven't finished I should say the entire line. Anyway, I watched this, and having worked on with trains for a few years under my belt, actually. Like, I can't say half a decade, 5 years. I've worked 5 years on trains, and there are a lot of stories. I think I just this is just my call for Adam something to get in touch with me. I'm actually gonna write him. I don't think he's ever gonna see this. This is just a great. I can actually show you guys one out. There we go. Let me just give you my, not the goriest, but a taste of the stories I have from working on tracks. One morning, I was doing the commuter train, and living in Gothenburg, I'm gonna take up the map, traveling down to Kungsbacka. It's like a 40-minute ride with the trains. Here we go. We can even do some, maybe. Okay. So we're going to remove the traffic, actually. Can we do something else? Okay, I just want the whatever. Whatever. There we go. Remove. So it was going from here, going all the way down here. 40 minutes. It's nothing much. But anyway, on this train, at 4 in the morning. Because you start up here and then you go down here to get all the commuters on board, and then go right back up. And you do that a couple of 100 times a week. Anyway, this particular day, and it's the first and only time I've seen him, and it's so weird. I have this guy on train, and he's going down to Kungsbacka with me. And when we get down there, he jumps off the train and starts smoking a cigarette. I turn to him and I go, "You are aware this is the last stop? We're not going any further?" He's like, yeah, I know. I'm like, okay. And then the train goes back up to Göteborg, to Gothenburg. And the dude is still on there. And I go, why? What? Explain to me. You know what he does? You know what he says? "I just want a ride before work." The dude went on a train ride for fun. It's just his hobby. Riding the train. It's not for work, not to work, not anything. It's just a hobby. I was taking tickets one day, and as you can imagine, there's a lot of junkies who use the trains. Not as much as the conservatives would like you to believe, but there are still plenty of junkies. Anyway, as I was checking all the tickets, I was moving from one end of the trains to the other end of the train. And this guy, I could see him. Every time I come close to him, he moves one step further away, like going into the next compartment, next train area, whatever it's called. He just keeps moving and moving and moving. Eventually, he comes up to a stop. And I didn't care. He's a junkie. Anytime I had a junkie on board, I just let him ride. There's nothing like, their life is going to be so much better if I start taking the conversation there. And sometimes I even had people go, "You checked my ticket, but not his?" And I go, "Yeah. Do you want to switch with him? I can switch. I can stop taking your ticket if you start dressing and smelling and acting like him. Do you want to take this trade?" Nobody takes the trade. Of course nobody takes the trade. It's not worth it. So I had already determined that I wasn't going to check his ticket. I didn't care. If you have some need to be up in Gothenburg, please, by all means, go. But he comes to a stop. It's the end of the line. He can't run anymore. So he pulls down the fucking window and he tries to climb out. And I go, whoa. Stop it. Like I had to stop him from jumping out of a moving train because he was that afraid of me. And I tell him, "I've already checked your ticket, mate. Back there, didn't I? Back when you got on the train in Kungsbacka, didn't I check your ticket?" And he goes, yeah. Like, great. Just sit down, relax. Don't worry about it. Junkies. They're the funniest. I didn't, like I said, I didn't plan this stream. Haven't found that much that I really want to stream. But I did find this. Jubilee. 12 natural breasts versus 2 fakes. Come on. Bring it to me. I did very well with the button plant video. I'm a butt guy. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a butt guy, so I might not do as well with this video, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
I have real boobs.
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 Cheating. This is cheating. They should all have. This is definitely cheating. This, it's a bit of cheat. They should all be forced to wear the same clothing. Well, that's just me. Nope. 2 of them actually.
Do a jumping jack. Just kidding.
My name is Lily, and my titty.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Scandalous.
My name is Charisma. These
Now that's a stripper name if I ever heard one.
are my boobs.
Okay.
I am really suspicious of Charisma. I feel like
Wait,
she did
Girl. Who's suspicious of who now?
he did a little jump that was very confident, very buoyant. Is that the right word? My name is Jess. My boobs.
Coming out. Hello, Janice.
Now, not that it's impossible, just highly unlikely.
Breasts.
Hi everyone, Samiha.
I'm gonna say the same thing. Not impossible, just very unlikely.
The biddies.
The video.
Elizabeth, and these are my boobs.
And it's all black. I can't
Ava.
tell.
These are my titties.
Everyone has really nice boobs.
I think that was a criteria.
I love boobs.
ladies.
I do.
What does everybody do for work?
I'm a photographer and model.
I work in tech.
Okay.
I don't work right now.
Okay. I'm a content creator.
Nice.
good.
Okay.
She's doing OnlyFans.
Cool.
Actor.
Okay.
OnlyFans again?
Cocktail and bottle service.
I'm a freelance entrepreneur.
Wow.
Okay.
Cool.
So, OnlyFans. It's not called a stripper apparently, but bottle service. But I'm guessing like a lounge girl. Is that what's photographer, actor, or model?
Okay, boss ladies.
I'm really suspicious of Ava right now because she said that she's a content creator, and on my TikTok, I've been seeing a lot of like Filipino people just get a lot of boob jobs recently. I feel like she's the most. I'm curious how everyone's back pain is usually.
Terrible.
My lower back pain.
I don't really have a lot to carry, but like what I've noticed is that I would slouch no matter what.
Yeah.
Just because like, I don't know, I'm shy.
But honestly, like when people talk about back pain, I'm like, because maybe I'm just dead inside and you've always had it. How do you feel about
Okay. I'm gonna do my prediction here. We have Pink Top Girl, and we have goth rock aesthetic girl. I'm gonna say those 2 are top of my list. I have very hard time reading her, but it's because it's black, and that's not really fair. You can't really see the shadows, so I'm giving myself an open on her. But yeah, I'm gonna go with these 2 mainly for the size.
sports bras?
I don't know. They make my boobs look
Restricting.
compressed.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. Yeah, I was gonna say I
Could
weirdly
be the
like.
bottle service girl. She's in the running at least.
It. I grew up Muslim, so we were kind of told to hide our boobs, unfortunately. So I'm actually used to sports
covering
bras.
it
Yeah, so.
Ex-Muslim. Could be, but I'm seeing too much sagging here.
grew up doing sports a lot, soccer, and you don't want them to like jump up and down. It's like I needed something tight to kind of hold them.
Yes.
So
I steer clear from the hoppy workout.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've been walking up and down the stairs. Like it's like, oh my god, it hurts.
Everybody knows the booby struggles. This is hard.
I've shot a lot of girls that have had like breast augmentations. Even with bras on, they tend to have like a little separation between their cleavage. That is why I'm a little suspect of Ava and Charisma. They both have great boobs though.
That's pro game there. That's pro game. She's not wrong. But I could say the same about you.
What age would you guys say you were when you first noticed the male gaze? Oh, was that too deep?
Yeah, because it's got nothing to do with boobs.
Yeah, I was like in middle school.
I grew up in Norway, and I feel like it was a little different there
Ah.
because I don't know. It just,
I
felt
had
more when
my
I moved to the
suspi-
US. I was like,
I had my suspicions of her. I'm like, she looks Scandinavian, but that might just be Scandinavian parents because her pronunciation was very, but not. I should have called it.
Young.
Yeah, I was like in middle school.
I grew up in Norway, and I feel like it was a little different there because I don't know. I felt it more when I moved to the US. I was like,
I was gonna say same.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it was like puberty, like when my body started developing, and like when I started.
Okay, bottle service girl, you've moved up in the lead. Yeah.
Growing boobs, going into high school, kind of like that's when I realized.
I was just gonna ask, when did your guys' boobs start growing?
Going into freshman year, I literally all middle school I had nothing. Got my period that summer, and then my boobs appeared.
I got double D's at 12.
Oh my god.
It was not fun. It was not fun.
That's crazy.
Definitely like the 7th grade. I was like crop top queen at that point. I was like,
Around 4th grade, because I think that's also when I got my period. So, and I've been the same cup size since then too. So, yay, maybe.
I think I was like 13, but they weren't super big back then. Then I took birth control when I was, I think, 17. And then they kind of grew a little bit more. And I was like, nice.
Around 12, 13 as well.
Yeah.
Like she is in the, like, thank you, photographer lady. She is in the lead, mainly because I feel like she's done more than just this. Like for sure, lip injections, possibly the nose, like maybe.
But yeah, it's been the same. I think it's like maybe my birth control or just hormones that sometimes, they're a little bit voluptuous, but most of the time, they're a little tiny and just need a lot of push-upping.
Yeah.
For sure.
I have a question. Oh no, this light change is scary.
I want to know, when was the last time you showed yourself some
Shut up.
Sorry.
Okay.
She's an actor, and I used to act. So I'm like, girl, you are delivering lines right now.
It's
Yeah.
the look, and also she was a little too quiet.
They're just perfect.
I mean,
They're perfect
I'm not
boobies.
watching.
Bye.
I wasn't really talking too much, and probably my job maybe made people suspicious. But I'll take it as a compliment.
She says she had a
Made
job.
people suspicious too much, and probably my job maybe made people suspicious. But I'll
your
take it as a
job.
compliment.
Well, I was gonna ask you guys, like, how is your boob pain like when your period is about to come on?
I'm tender.
Yeah, like it hurts.
If I bump into something,
Yeah.
it's just really bad.
Yeah, even like laying down.
I was like, that's annoying.
Elizabeth was really quiet, and I noticed she also waited till other people answered, but so did Ava.
Yeah, it's swollen, like the nipples, like no matter how easy I touch my nipples, I'm just like, no.
How do you feel about walking down the
I know why they're asking this. Because people with boob jobs can develop less sensitive boobs. But I believe if you put it behind the muscle, you'll circumvent that. I believe. I might be wrong on that one, but I believe it's true.
The stairs.
Oh, I go crazy on it. Actually,
I don't feel
I take my time.
When we were asking the question of walking down the stairs, and she was like, "Oh, I go crazy." Girl, that didn't make sense, so I definitely think it's her.
I take my time, and if I'm
This okay, beyond my knowledge. Beyond my knowledge.
running down, like I'm obviously that tight hug, you're just
Yeah, or like holding it just while
Yeah.
walking down.
My building has an elevator, so.
I usually wear like tops like this. This is like kind of supportive.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have like biggest boobs that would jump.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a stigma about fake breasts?
people think you're vapid if you're getting your, or like self-indulged.
Who
If you're
cares?
getting like any work done, not just like your breasts done, but any work in general.
Which is unfortunate because at the end, like, your autonomy is your autonomy. And if you have the money and if you have the bread, yeah, go get new boobs, go get that eyebrow. Like, so I think that stigma is going more towards the younger generation.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Did you guys watch the Barbie movie yet?
No,
Oh, I
not
saw
yet.
yesterday. In the movie, they say like anything you do as a woman, you will always be judged for either for one reason or the other.
Yeah.
That's true.
Especially where I come from too. It's like if you get boob surgery, they think you're like trying to be like a porn star or something.
Yeah.
That's like the stereotype.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I think boob jobs in Scandinavia in general is a bit more frowned upon than in the US at least.
Yeah. And like people get it, like you could have cancer and want to get it. Like there's a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Does anyone know anyone who's gotten
But
their
not that it matters. Get it for whatever reason you want to get it for.
boobs done in like your friend groups?
Oh,
Or...
yeah.
Yeah.
So many.
Really? I don't know
Oh my
anyone.
God.
As a photographer, like I've met so many girls. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Does everyone have a boob that's bigger than the other?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think just the areola, but I don't think I've noticed my titties different. Maybe I just don't look at it like that. But yeah, I don't
Which
know.
boob is it?
My left.
My right.
My left.
Left.
My left areola is a little bigger.
Do you guys have a favorite boob?
The left.
I just recently started loving my
Is this what female bathrooms are like? I'm asking for a friend.
boobs, so I'm paying more attention to them now, not really like back then. So I don't know.
Like I've never ever had men talk like this ever. I can't even imagine us talking about our dicks like this. You know, it's mostly when men talk about these kinds of topics, it is quite often more vague in nature than oh yeah, it's my left one. Yeah, which ball of yours is bigger? Oh, it's my right one. I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. I have no idea.
If I have a favorite yet.
Do you guys get asked if they're fake a lot?
I've never gotten asked that.
I definitely get asked in the modeling industry, like getting changed. Like I was like 16. People are like, "Your boob's fake." I'm like, "Do I have money to get a boob job at 16?" No, absolutely not. No, these are mine.
I think Janice might be the mole because she said that people have suspected her of having plastic surgery done.
Yeah, classic. Don't ever admit that kind of thing, even if you're not the mole. Okay, it's classic. Don't. You're gonna nix now because of that.
In the past, so she might have fake boobs.
So I got boobs really young, and I think in my experience that people do feel like they can approach you. It made me feel like my body wasn't mine for many years. People would make comments, or like all of a sudden boys would be really nice to me, and then I'm like, oh, do they actually like me, or do they want to touch my boobs under the bleachers?
Jess was very passionate, and I was like, she has some booby baggage. So that's why I could not vote for her.
But I mean, even like on the internet, like people will just say,
But that is. She's still in the contending I role. I still have my suspicions of her.
things, and it's like chill.
She might be using all this lingo to fool people, to ingrace them in her pittiness. It's possible.
Huh? What? Oh, you want them to go like and subscribe? You heard them. They said, go like and subscribe to this channel if you want more.
I was thinking.
That is something I think a a lot of people don't really understand. Because I agree with photographer girl, whatever her name is, that it seems like this Jess has a lot of baggage when it comes to her boobs, having gotten them so early and being stared at. I don't think a lot of people understand how common it is. We talk about comedy as a self-defense mechanism, but we never really talk about how it's a self-defense mechanism, right? And I think what she did here is a perfect illustration of that. Using something that she feels, as she talked about here, dehumanized her as a joking way. So if we laugh, she has just reclaimed the boobs as hers, because you're laughing at her boobs for her joke. You know, stuff I find that very interesting.
Thinking of Jess, something in my subconscious just like, maybe it's her.
My second guess was Ava, and she was still in with the bunch, so I was like, we gotta get her out.
Sorry, I'm really suspicious.
Me?
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's a compliment.
I mean, this top that I wore today definitely made them push up a little bit more and made them look good a lot more than normal, so maybe that's why.
You want to keep playing because you're still sus? Raise your hand on 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3.
I knew it. We don't have to.
Only one person is going to keep playing. 2.
Oh.
That is not the majority.
So she might actually not be the mole then.
So that means the game is over. If the box turns green, the 5 of you have correctly voted the mole out. If the box turns red, the mole is still among the 5 of you, and the mole wins. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so wait. So this... Oh, look at that face. Oh, it's her. I said it, the Muslim girl. I said it.
I knew it. Who's the mole?
I knew it.
Or are they all just playing? Like they might have been instructed to play along. Like if it's her, she did she put her hand up because she assumed if I don't, then I'm the third one or fourth one or whatever, then I'm gonna get out. Okay, might have.
I knew it.
So now the mole may step forward and reveal herself. 1, 2, 3.
I said it's the shirt. I said it's the shirt. I can't evaluate.
Thank you.
That's why I raised my hand. Yeah, no, that's why I raised it.
I was baffled. I was bamboozled. Trust issues. Why did I not ask her if she was wearing a bra? Why didn't I ask her to jump?
Oh, I wish some of us raised our hands more.
I had no idea. Like, she was not on my radar at all. Like, she played that game.
12 natural breasts versus 2 fake. Ha ha ha. I've been searching for 2 pairs of titties. Well, I should have just been searching for 1 pair of fake titties.
Game so good.
I grew up not really having big boobs at all. When I first hit puberty, I was like 11 or 12. My mom told me they would grow, just wait till you get older. It never happened. I never developed them at all. Like my stomach and boobs were the same when I was 20. And I just wanted to get my boobs done because I wanted to feel more confident. And I never was insecure about it, like to the point where I got bullied about it and stuff. To me, I wanted to feel what feels more feminine to me, which is kind of curvy and like balance my body out more. And I haven't regretted it ever since.
Well, they look great, girl.
Yeah. You gotta.
Yeah, for real.
Nice. Yeah.
Applaud.
I think it's important to feel comfortable with who you are. If that is doing a surgery, then you should do it if you know it's for yourself and not because everyone else wants you to. I think that's also very important.
I got a BBL, so period, girl. You do that. And if I had the money, I'd do it too. So,
Oh, that was the butt girl. I was wondering.
Yeah, if you want to get boobies, come join the big titty.
I am so glad that I don't have one of those eye thingies that would just turn green over here. I am so glad I don't have those.
Titty committee, but I'll warn you, running is gonna not be so easy anymore.
Wow, that's a lot of money. You guys should
Okay. That was nice. That was nice. I enjoyed that. I did highly enjoy that. Okay. Sure. I don't know if I'll be watching the entire video. To be honest with you, I don't know if I'm gonna be watching the entire thing. Why is my hair so swooshy? It's really just swoosh. Can I help you? Perhaps. Can I? Nope, I cannot. It's just gonna have to be a damn swoosh. So I think I am not one to be how should I say? I am not one to care. Wait, I'm gonna do one more thing before I do that. There. I am not one to put much emphasis on intelligence. Intelligence is mostly just quackery. Doesn't really matter. Stupid people can go on to be brilliant people, and stupid people can go on to be stupid people. Oh my god. Intelligent people can go on to be stupid people. Most of what we measure when it comes to IQ is education. If you put someone with or from wherever in the world, and you smack dab them right in the middle of Scandinavian education or European education or American education, whatever, some high Finnish education, bam, you're there, you get the full thing. You get out there with a much, much higher intelligence than your peers at home if you measure them from the Finnish perspective. If I were to take an IQ test from an African perspective, I would get a much lower result because I have the cultural connections which are in the IQ tests are completely oblivious to me. I am completely oblivious to them. However, there is one IQ test that I think is worthwhile, that I think will determine if you're a fucking dumbass, retard, or not. And that test is your thoughts on Jackson Hinkle. I've never watched Sabby Sabs. I've never really interacted with her. From what I've seen of her, she is the one among that whole crowd that I have the most respect for. However, I stumbled upon this video a few weeks ago, and I'm like, maybe I don't have. Maybe I've been duped. Maybe you've put up a persona that I have been fooled by. Because there's no way in hell that you can think that Jackson Hinkle destroyed Sam Cedar. There is no way in hell. We're probably not going to watch the entire thing, but let's see how much we want to watch.
Okay. All right, let's get into the debate. I got some things to say.
Oh, damn.
I have certain parts that I want to comment at. Obviously, I can't play the whole thing. I think you guys would kill me if I did that. But I do have certain parts where I want to chime in, where I thought was it's really important that I address. There was definitely some cringe moments in this debate, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, Sam Cedar's such an asshole, man. Such a condescending asshole. Let me go to 27 point. Yep, right about there. All right, let me share my screen. I've never seen someone so condescending before in my life. All right, so Jackson Hinkle versus Sam Cedar. I did see the entire debate, and here we go. I'm going to chime in here and there and let you know what I think about this.
But if that's what you wanted to do, that's fine with me. So let's just start with the idea. Can know who you are. You've got a show called The Dive, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And are you and you are a communist, yes?
I'm a Marxist, Leninist, anti-imperialist, and American patriot.
Okay. All right, and because I have to say, I was a little bit surprised by what you wanted to talk about as a Marxist-Leninist, I guess, but because it seems a little bit focused on electoral politics, from my experience with folks who refer to themselves as communists, but if that.
Okay, I didn't think that part was necessary. I don't really understand what the hell that had to do with the debate. Who cares if he's a communist, a Marxist, Leninist? What does that matter? What does that have to do with anything? He's like, well, I'm surprised you wanted to talk about electoralism. You think that because someone is a communist or someone is a Marxist, Leninist, or socialist or whatever, you think that doesn't mean that they don't know what's going on electorally in this country?
No, that's not what he's saying. What he is saying is it is strange that someone who calls himself a communist would want to focus on electoralism. Usually people who are Marxists or communists or socialists tend to focus on the principles, tend to focus on like tangible things, changing the material conditions to create a better, not a better worldview, but better material, changing the material conditions in order to further socialism, rather than focusing on AOC, which is what this debate is going to be about.
You think
fraud squad? It's why would a communist care that much about AOC? I don't know.
That means that they're not paying attention to what's happening right in front of them? I just thought that was pointless. There was no need to bring that in there.
That's what you wanted to do. That's fine with me. So let's just start with the idea of the premise that the squad and progressives in Congress, presumably the Democrats, right, are sellouts. What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that, and why I think they're not progressive, because that's the other big thing here.
You're Jackson Hinkle. You're not a progressive. You're a conservative. You're a fucking Nazi even. I don't like. Oh, okay, cool.
Is I think that there's 3 or 4 major issues I have with them. Number one being that they could have blocked the passage of a large number of must-pass bills, and they chose not to. And if they had chosen to block those, I think they could have, leveraged their power for concessions.
When was this debate? Sam Cedar Hinkle. Was it actually a year ago? I love it. With a Jimmy Dore fan. Can I there January 27th, 2022. When did Ukraine get invaded? Ukraine invade Russia 2022. February 2022. So a month. This debate happened a month prior. Oh, yeah. And she. So the reason what I want to. Oh, okay. Because in this debate, Jackson Hinkle is arguing that the squad isn't progressive enough. But since this debate, he has done nothing but move to the right. He doesn't call himself a communist anymore even. Does he? He calls himself just a patriot. He is completely in the sauce at this point. Jackson Hinkle. Like at the moment, everything he does it's just Putin propaganda, The most censored patriot on YouTube, and has the Orthodox cross. And that's it. There's no socialism, communism, no anything, It's just blah.
Policy concessions. The second thing is I think that they have been directly voting for anti-progressive bills and measures. In some cases, they've even introduced these themselves. They've acted at the behest of the Democratic establishment on multiple occasions, giving their own, campaign funds to corporate Democrats. And the third or fourth thing is basically staying silent and giving.
Okay. I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. It's a late night stream. And I wanna. I want to play some games at the same time. That's what's going on here. So if I go here now, I get this, and that's nice. But I need a window. Window capture. There we go. Okay. There we go. Yeah, no, we're gonna do that.
Joe Biden support in the face of his
Cool.
pro-war, anti-worker agenda.
Okay. So let me ask you this, because I'm trying to get at. I mean, we'll get to those the specific things, but when you say sellout, I mean, this is the part that I'm not that I'm unclear on. What do you think they've gotten from this? Like when you sell out something, right? I mean, you're what are they getting?
I think they're getting preferential treatment from the Democratic establishment. I think the Democratic establishment is playing softball politics with them rather than going as hard as they could against the squad. I think the media has treated them relatively favorably ever since they have started to act in line and kind of toe the line of the Democratic establishment. I mean, they've been able to receive donations and connections with George Soros and George Soros's family.
Remember, I'm just
for
interested
not
in
only
what
their
Sabby has to
campaigns,
say.
but
I do not
associated
care
ventures like
about
the Sunrise Movement. So
the hinkle
I think
dinkle.
those are just a few of the ways that
Okay.
they have.
Gotten preferential treatment from the Democratic establishment in what way? Because as far as I can tell, like for instance, AOC, Katie Porter's not exactly in the squad, but I imagine you include her in this group.
Katie Porter's not a part of the squad, so I don't know why you brought her up. She's not a part of the squad.
She's squad adjacent.
They got actually the opposite of preferential treatments when it came to committee positions. Committees are the most important thing in terms of exercising power. They literally censured Ilhan Omar. They attempted to do it almost.
I think in some regards they have been attacked, and there is going to be that friction there. But in some ways, Sam, because you're trying to act like there's no ways that they've been treated preferentially. I mean, they were invited to create dialogue with the Biden administration on a whole host of policies and different policy arenas to influence the Biden agenda. Although I don't think they've really done that, with the exception of maybe climate change. They've also, Ilhan Omar, for example, she was made whip of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. We also have Ilhan Omar introducing bills that have already passed the House, thanks in part to, Nancy Pelosi's support. So there's a lot of ways in which they have received preferential treatment. But what I want to get at is what they have supported.
Let me just, let's just have a dialogue here. You say they get preferential treatment. I'm trying to figure out what it is that they're sold out for. Like, what did they get paid in? And you said preferential treatment from the establishment. I listed things where they got the opposite, but you're telling me that Ilhan Omar is named the whip of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, and they had the opportunity to negotiate with the Biden administration. That's the preferential treatment they got over other members of Congress?
Well, I mean, the de facto position for progressives would be for the Democratic establishment to roast them at the stake every single opportunity they get, because they're there to directly, supposedly, challenge the Democratic establishment.
No. Yeah, I gotta come in this part. Let's all remember, that's why they're there. The reason why we had the Justice Democrats, the reason why we had the squad is that they were supposed to come in and do a hostile take. Remember, it was a hostile takeover of the Democratic Party? That's what they ran on. That was the messaging. That's what they were supposed to do.
She's not wrong that's what they ran on. I remember it very vividly, and both Cenk and Kyle Kulinski has talked at length about it. Fairly recently even, actually. But just because that's the idea to begin with does not make it the only possible, right? Ooh. Like, it's not the only possibility just because you enter with that with that idea in mind. Like, you can still change your mind afterwards, I hope. It is still America, last time I checked.
And they have not done that.
So sorry. And you can change your mind later on. You can change tactics later on. Because neither Kyle nor Cenk was part of the org after a certain point. So they had no input in how to move forward. Now, I do think they could have done with more used more mean tactics to win political, not favors, but political victories. But I can't blame them for not doing it. There are like 4 or 5 people in Congress. That's nothing.
So I'm glad that he brought that up.
Replace them with people who align with, whatever the squad is, the Justice Democrats were supposed to be. So, yes, I mean, that is the goal here. And it would make sense that the Democratic establishment should be trying to go as hard as they can against them at every single chance they get. And they haven't done that. They've given them preferential treatment to what you would expect from a group of individuals who are supposed to be unseating them.
So you're saying that the Biden administration actually conceded on all of those things, as opposed to, I mean, I don't know what you mean by roasting.
I don't think they conceded. I don't want to focus too long on this because this isn't the crux of the argument. The crux of the argument, what I emailed you, was about your support for the squad when I think that they are not progressive, okay? But yes, the Biden administration, as
trying to, wait, listen, we're just going back and forth here. All right, you've made your assessment that they're getting preferential treatment because they're not being roasted by the establishment. And then you're saying that they're getting money from George Soros?
Yes.
So it was very obvious to me that Sam Cedar did not prepare for this debate. I don't feel like he did his research on Jackson Hinkle. I don't think he really looked into who Jackson Hinkle was and really watched Jackson Hinkle's videos, because he did not come across prepared in this debate at all. So now they're about to bring up the money. So Jackson Hinkle mentions George Soros, and he's like, they're getting money from George Soros? So either Sam Cedar here just clearly did not realize that, which is still a failure on his part. He's been doing this a lot longer than we have. I knew about the money from George Soros. How come he wouldn't know about the money from George Soros? Or he does know about it and he's playing dumb. Either way, it's not a good look.
In the form of giving it to the Sunrise Movement?
No, Ilhan Omar received direct contributions.
How much from George Soros?
She received, let me pull it up here. She received between
piss
George
sum.
Soros, Andrea Soros, and Alex Soros, she received $2,700, $5,600 in 2020, and then in 2018, $2,700 respectively.
Okay. All right. I didn't realize she had received $2,700 in multiple years. And so you're contending that they sold out for over $2,700 from George Soros.
Now he's just being an asshole.
Yeah.
That smug, condescending told, like,
yeah.
whoa, they sold out for this $2,700. It doesn't matter what the amount was that George Soros gave them. The fact
Yes, it
that they
does.
took money from a billionaire is problematic in itself. That means they expect something in return. That means they expect you to toe the establishment line, which is
Okay.
exactly what the squad has been doing. Sam Cedar is trying to be a jackass and basically say, oh God, they sold out. What an ass.
Being an ass doesn't make you
No,
wrong.
if you listen to anything I just said, I named numerous examples in which the squad has been given preferential treatment, and
no,
to just
definitely
select
appreciate-
that one in particular is very disingenuous.
No, well, you said Soros. I was just asking in terms of the Soros part. You said Soros was number 4, I think.
I mean, there's more I could go on to list, but again, what I want to talk about here, and what you seem to not want to talk about, and I can assume.
I just want to jump in here for a second. When Jackson was listing off like his reasons for why he feels like the squad has sold out, that wasn't necessarily a ranking order. And I think that's something too, like if you pay close attention to Sam Cedar, like I think Sam Cedar knows that too, but I think he just tried to say that just to make it seem like it's not really.
Is she always this boring? I was really hoping to get some more, get something more juicy, but this is just really, really boring. Should I do infrared instead? I could do infrared instead. Let me just check the feed. Okay. Okay, fine.
This is the biggest.
Wrong one. Okay. So instead, we're gonna do this one. Much better.
This is the biggest and the most expensive home currently
is.
on the market in the United States with an asking price of $295 million. It is also the most requested episode on our channel, so we're really excited for this tour. Now, this home features 105,000 square feet of interior space, 21 bedrooms, 49 bathrooms, private nightclub, breathtaking views, situated on this incredible promontory. And let's get started.
This is so not for me. It is really ugly. Almost died. It is really. Wait, is that a? Yeah, that's a candy store. Can I just not die to them?
The One is a property that has been legendary to all Angelinos for the last 12 years.
This is the one. Oh, this is the. Nobody wants this. Nobody wants this home. It is a really overpriced, overdone. God. I don't know why I'm burping so much today. Is a really overpriced, really over extravagant building that is just way, way, way too expensive and big.
Years, and worldwide in the last decade has become this iconic sort of figure. It's kind of bigger than life. It's more than
Iconic
a
for
home.
its failure.
It's an entity. And the reason why Angelinos have followed this property is because there are so many changes that have taken place now in Los Angeles which don't allow you to ever recreate this. For one thing, there are nearly 30,000 cubic yards of dirt. 30,000 cubic yards of dirt that were removed, excavated to create this, okay? And you were on 4 acres, almost 4 acres, up the longest driveway you've ever seen and landing on top of the hill, one of the highest elevations in all of Bel Air. So for all of those reasons, and then add the icing on the cake, which is a 360-degree view, you are in one of the most sought after and iconic properties in all of Los Angeles.
We're gonna start our tour on the motor court.
Wants
Long driveway brings you up here, and halfway through the driveway, you actually have an entrance point to your subterranean garage. And behind the property, we also have an amazing detached guest home that we're gonna tour later in the video. Now coming here, we have this paved floors, palm trees, amazing scale. And coming to this section, we have the marble walkway taking you to the front door. I love the moat that they have off of the entry. You have an art installation on your right, 2 massive skylights embedded into the pool, allowing natural light to the lower section. And before we get in here, I also want to thank the listing agents, Rainey Williams, Brandon Williams, and Aaron Kerman for allowing us to tour this amazing listing. And we will be actually talking to Rainey and Brandon later in the tour. Now, coming back here, the front facade is also clad with marble. I love the grit detail.
That is just ugly art. If you're gonna do art, do it well, at the very least. What is that? Looks like you know how you can if you pour molten liquid metal down the opening of an anthill, you get like the internal structures preserved. I feel like this is that, but for jizz. That looks like metal jizz to me.
On the right hand side, this overhead section has built-in LED lighting to light up the entry. And come in here, we have a fingerprint scanner, and your marble door actually recesses into the wall. Now coming here, this is where we have the spacious foyer. oversized marble on the floors. We have this art installation right in the center that rotates. Beautiful chandelier above. And throughout the property, I'm going to talk about the scale because everything in this house is so oversized, so grand. And this is just your entry here. You have seating on each side, suede walls, and sliding glass doors seamlessly takes you to the outdoors.
More just art. I ignore it for like 10 seconds and it just returns with gist.
Entry, we have this long hallway taking us to 2 special rooms. First, we're gonna check out the office. Now, before we get there, on our right-hand side, we have one of the staircases going up to the 2nd floor. And coming here, we have the office. 25-foot high ceilings, skylight right in the center, walls of glass facing the views. We have water surrounding the entire room, and this corner glass looks towards your motor court. Scale is amazing. We have the desk set up right in the center, and the entire room is complemented with Italian lacquer finish cabinetry with LED lighting that looks really sleek. And on top of that, right above us, we actually have a balcony looking down on this room.
Okay, I can't.
And we're gonna check that space out later in the tour. Now, bringing everybody back to the entry, again, we have the staircase on our left going up to the 2nd floor. This opening takes us to a beautiful powder room with a marble pedestal sink and marble finished wall with a mirror accent. And coming here, we have the main lounge.
This is the King's Lounge, where he entertains. Walls of glass, explosive views, 2 king palms. You have this beautiful art wall with this 20.
Why? Oh, that's why. There we go.
20-foot fireplace. You have this beautiful lounge.
I mean, this is amazing. And Brendan, furniture looks small here. Room is so big, it's insane. How many square feet you said this room was?
I think this is about 3,000 square feet.
That's incredible. I mean, these are good sized couches and sofa setup, and it's insane. And you have another one over there.
This is the secondary lounge. This is my favorite lounge because this is where you have the most explosive views in Los Angeles. You have
Look at this. Look at this. LA's most extravagant mansion sells for less than half its list price. Half. March 3rd. When did this come out? It's 1 year ago.
You have the grand piano, oversized, and then you have the biggest views in all of Los Angeles. This is the King of the Hair, and it has one of my favorite art pieces, which is the Murano glass. It's the angel wings. And you know what that's for? Because this view is why they call it the City of Angels.
Looks like the nails of a.
Now, I'm going to take an interest.
I'm thinking a hair salon, black girl, 90s Harlem. That's what I'm thinking of, you know?
Well, I'm going to bring everybody here. We have the elevator access back to the foyer. Of course, it opens up to the outdoors.
The G-Starts.
We're going to check out the backyard in a bit. And coming here, we have the formal dining room area. Gorgeous table right in the center that currently sits 16 people, but I'm sure you can add a few more chairs on the.
You're never, ever gonna use that. If you're buying something this big, you need to have the reason for it to be this big. Are you gonna have 10 people guests every week? No, of course not. So why would you have a permanent fixture for a 16-seater?
On each side, chandeliers above, and again, just the scale, 25-foot high ceilings. Everything about this house is so grand. Now, I want to take everybody this way. This entire glass panel actually goes into your walk-in wine cellar that is temperature controlled. And these are for your big bottles. And you have seating areas within your wine cellar. This is mind-boggling. We have never seen anything quite like this. Now, I want to bring everybody back to the formal dining room area.
Call me old-fashioned, but if I'm gonna have a wine cellar, I want it to be a wine cellar. If I have an apartment, I'll take a wine room for sure. But it's not going to be like a glass with seating and ugh.
Area. This is the main hallway that takes you from the front door. And coming here, we have an amazing opening with this art installation that starts from the second floor ceiling, goes down all the way to the lower level, complemented with a water feature. This is a polished chrome piece, and I'm sure just the installation of this sculpture took over a year. Now, come in here, we have another staircase going up to the second floor. And
Why? Why?
And this is where we have the art gallery.
Oh my God, it's 40 minutes. This is a very weird stream for me. I'm feeling I wanted to stream, but I can't seem to find something to get my teeth hooked into, you know? It's very annoying. Maybe today just isn't the day. Oh, yawning? What is this? Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna call it. Just because I'm clearly not feeling it today. So I'm sorry if you find this and you go, oh, I wanted to see you. Have to wait till next time. Okay, bye-bye. See ya.